generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence.
So today's message is going to be, do you love God, your Lord? Do you love Him? Do you truly love God? Do you truly love God? The Lord asked me to ask this question and to speak to you His whole mind and His whole perception that is very real and true. The true love for God this day is gone out of window in Christianity and in the heart of majority of Christians. The true love is gone. It's gone out of the window. Just as the Lord sent message to the church in Ephesus. The Lord said, many so-called Christians today, they are forsaking their first love for Christ. And they get carried away with comfortabilities of this life. They are getting carried away with the materialities of this world. Do you love God? Do you still love your God? Let me make it clear, Church of God. I want every soul to catch this because this is very, very serious. And the Lord wants all to be able to answer that question in their mind. The love for God and all that God stands for is a strong factor in securing God's presence and relationship with God. It means if you do not love God, you do not secure, you do not have, you are not going to enjoy the presence of God. If you do not love God, you are not going to be in true relationship with God. The book of John, as we have read today in the book of John chapter 14 verse 23, he said, Jesus answered, John 14:23, and said unto him, if a man love me, he will do what? Let's read it together. If a man love me, he will keep my words. Hold on. Are you keeping the word of God? Let's go on. And my Father will love him. And we will come unto him. That is the presence of God and the fellowship of God. And make our abode with him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. In fact, a follower who lacks genuine love for God misses the mercy of God. The question is simple, and it's for you only. Do you love God? Do you really love Him? People who lack genuine love for God, they miss the mercy of God. The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 6. I'm showing mercy unto thousands of them that love Him. Exodus 20 verse 6. I'm showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So little wonder many voices today for mercy are in vain because they do not love God. And because they do not truly love God, they are not enjoying the mercy of God at all. And you know, God is the one who sees the heart. And whenever you talk about love, you look at the heart. And that's why the universal symbol for love is the heart, the shape of the heart. Because it comes from nowhere but the heart. Note this. The God we serve is a loving God. According to the book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 8. So God wants all that He created to grow after His nature of loveliness. The Father who gave birth to you is black. So a child that comes out will be black. If two black men, say a black woman and a black man, are union, and they have a child that is white as we go, then you begin to suspect something. So if your father is loving, You are expected at every point in time to have that nature of loveliness. You can't truly love a fellow man. You cannot love a fellow man unless you have the true love of God in your heart. You cannot love your neighbor unless you have the love of God in your own heart. So God does not hate any man. The God we serve is not a hater of any man. He only hates what a man does. So in the same manner, God doesn't allow you to hate ungodly man, but you are advised and you are allowed to hate his ungodliness. You are not allowed to hate anybody, but you are allowed, you are advised to hate the ungodliness in their heart. So this was the fundamental principle behind Matthew chapter 5 verse 44, which says, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despise you, use you, and persecute you. So this is a big question that the Lord has me to ask everyone here today. Do you really love the Lord? So the fact remains, many do not know the meaning of love. We don't even know what love means. Love is a strong feeling of affection for something or for someone. So do you have strong feelings for God and heaven? Is another question. Do we have strong feelings for God and heaven? So many love the Lord conditionally. Are you one of them? They love God with conditions. This is a typical of a man or of a child who puts the parents under conditions. I will love you if you allow me to do what I want to do. Many love the Lord seasonally. During Christmas, during Easter period, they are in love with Christ. Are you such Christians? Many love the Lord occasionally. During the birthdays, during the anniversaries, they love Jesus. While majority love the Lord for whatever they can get from God. Are you such Christians? The call is on to you today. The Lord has asked me to ask you that question. And I want you to answer that question within you. Do you really love the Lord? Many love the Lord with lips and with their heart. As written in the book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 13. Do you really love the Lord? Isaiah 29:13. It says, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as these people draw near me with their mouth. Isaiah 29:13. And with their lips do honor me. Many of us, we honor God. We love God with only our lips, and our heart is very far away from Christ. Are you such a person? Are you such a lover? Only very few followers of God. Note this, church. Only very few, handful, number followers of God love Him deeply, true love. And these are the few ones who believe God is unseen. We cannot see God, but we can see His love. Note this, church of God. God is looking for a demonstration of love. A demonstration of love that can measure up to the love that He has for you. Something proportional. Something very close. The Lord is after a love that can bring about trusting relationship with Him. Do you really love God? Do you really love Him? Are you truly in love with Him? Or you love Him for reasons? He has, our Lord Jesus Christ has unconditional love for everybody. He loves us while we were yet sinners. Christ died for us. The book of Romans chapter 5 verse 8. He loved us despite our iniquities, despite our unrighteousness, and despite the lifestyle that we have chosen to live. He still loves us. And it's a love that allows him to sacrifice his only begotten Son unto us. Do you love God? If you love him, are you ready to sacrifice? Brethren, we pretend to love God a lot. Please take it serious. This is your message. We all pretend the love of God is in our heart. And the truth is, the majority of Christians these days, the true love of God is not there. We don't even know what it means to love God. We don't even know what it means to love fellow human beings. And this attitude of ours, all the time, it keeps grieving the Lord. The Lord is not happy. Listen to this, church of God. On 2 occasions in the whole Bible, God expressed regret according to biblical records. In the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 6. And the second one was in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 11. In Genesis, chapter 6, verse 6. And the Lord regretted, I'm reading the English Standard Version. Some of them will say, and the Lord repented. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to the heart. The second one was when he saw missed the mark. 1 Samuel 15:11. I regret I have made Saul the king. That was God speaking. For he has turned back from following me. That is God speaking about somebody. I regret giving you children, and now you have turned your back. I regret giving you life. Now you have turned your back away from me. I regret giving you sound health. Now you have refused to worship. I regret giving you that job. Now you have stopped worshiping. I regret giving you that beauty. It distracts you from loving me. Just the way he spoke to Saul. These 2 occasions that the Lord God Almighty regretted, they were occasions that men had failed to operate under godly love in displaying obedience to his commandment. With God, whenever you fail to display obedience to the word and the commandment of God, the Lord regrets in his heart. Do you truly love God? Has someone? Note this, on those 2 occasions that we mentioned, the instructions were the judgment that God Almighty displayed. In Genesis, following Genesis 6, the Lord destroyed the whole world and he saved the family of Noah. After that word, and immediately the Lord said, I regretted to Saul. What happened? The Spirit of God left him, and there came a substitute in David. So, if a soul does not truly love God, there's a substitute by the way. Do you really love God? Honestly. So, if you love him, talk about it. You are not in secret relationship with God. If I say I'm in love with somebody, a girl, a woman, and whenever people come around, I deny him. Is that the true love? If you love God, spread the gospel. Tell other people, I am in love with Christ. Today's Christianity has become a secret cult because you do not want people to know at work you are a Christian. You do not want certain clique of people to know you are a prayer warrior. You don't want certain member of the family to know you have now given your life to Christ. You are hiding him as a lover. He is not proud of you. It is not the true love. If you love him, obey him. What is love without obedience? It's lost. It's a pretense. If you love him, do his work. If you have a relationship, a wife and husband, note it. People who are married, immediately your wife begin to take attention. Immediately your household, let me put this way, immediately your husband becomes the only one who is after the success of the marriage. No, there's something wrong in that relationship. Immediately a woman alone is the one thinking, oh, what are we going to do with these children? What is the plan for our investment? What is the plan for the future? What are we going to do in the garden? What do we cook tomorrow? Where are you going to be? If it becomes only your own responsibility, then something is wrong. That means the love is shifted. If God alone on this situation is the one working, you are not doing anything. The beginning of break in relationship is when you have just only one soul worker, and God is the only one doing something. You are seated, nothing. So if you love him, talk to him. You cannot be in relationship with a woman. You cannot be in relationship with a man, and you refuse to talk to him. The majority of us who came to love God, we can count the number of times we pray. As simple as our Lord's Prayer, we miss the line on many occasions and we give up. So if you love God, truly love God, you have to love other humans that he created. What do I mean here? For the fact somebody is your enemy does not mean you will hate the person. Matthew 5, chapter 44. If you truly in love with Christ, ask yourself, do I love him? These are the parameters. Do I love people who persecute me? Do I love people who slide me? Who backslide? Or say, who slander me? Let me put it out. Do I love people who, with their own words, they have killed me in many occasions? If the answer is no, if only you love those people who love you, then you are not in love with God. Simple. You and I, we are allowed to hate the act of terrorism, but we are not allowed to hate the terror itself. Simple. Because he is the word of God, and the Lord will reserve judgment. You may hate what he has done, but don't kill him for who he is. He's still the work of God. You cannot create a soul, let alone destroy one. If you love God, share your times with him. Share your talents and share your treasures. If you love him, wait upon him. If my husband is in Canada, if my wife is in America, and you're going to get another one here because of the distance, you're going to get another one here for security purpose. Wait for him. Let him meet your need. Do not be an adulterous Christian, an adulterous lover who jumps from one God to the other in searching for flesh satisfaction. Majority of us, we claim we love him, and we are not faithful in that relationship. We are cheaters. And he says, I am a jealous God. I am. One of the reasons why God can kill anything, anybody at any point in time, is when you refuse to show love at the appropriate standard that he expected of you. He killed the Israelites, and he was the same one who brought them out of Egypt. Why did he kill them? Because they chose another God. The same way, anytime you deceive yourself, not him, because he knows, I love you, I love you, I love you, and you know what you are up to. He's ready to destroy such person within a twinkle of an eye. Can you stay awake with him for 1 hour? You claim you love him. You know how long distance relationship? One wife in Canada, husband here, and you can spend 2 hours WhatsApp call, FaceTime. Are you ready to do that with God and for God? Can you stay all night and pray and talk to him for 1 hour? Do you truly love God? Honestly. Because Because this is what it entails. Can you worship him for just 1 out of every 10 hours of your life? That is giving a tenth of your time to God. Anybody? That is an approximately of 2 hours, 30 minutes of worship in a day. Is it possible for you to give a tenth of the 24 hours that the Lord has given you to pray, to talk to him? These days we struggle to pray for 2.5 minutes because we run out of words. And we begin to call him name that is not his own name. I was listening to that song one day by Hebrew man. Say, Arobo Ojo, Awa Yo, Eshu, Alabara Nla, Awa Yo. And the Igbo man think you can just make up anything. Say, Laba Laba, that is some of us. We get mistake. We run out of name. We don't even know what it's called again. They call him anything. Because we don't know him truly. If you are in love with him, you will know all his names. Honey, sweetie, sugar. Yes. And this is you calling an old man of 90. Baby, get me You know how to call the whole 95-year man? The woman say, baby, sweetie, give it to me, baby, give it to me. What's he giving to you? You don't know the name of God, and you claim to be in love with him. If you love him, tell me, what gift have you given him lately? You will remember the way you buy flowers, you buy cars, you buy all sorts of things for him. What have you brought to God? You have not even brought a lost soul, honestly. He's not after your flower. He planted them. He's not after your blessing, mommy. He has blessed. But he's after lost souls. Have you brought a lost soul to his house? You are not a true lover, honestly. Do you truly love him? If you love the Lord, you will not commit sin.
Oh, Jesus.
I know him. Jesus, I know him. If you love the Lord, you will not commit sin. Because sin, sir, is something. I would call sin is just a walk, a demonstration of unfaithfulness to another lover. I know something that can offend you, sir. And we are in a relationship. And I know sin can offend you. And I do it purposely to offend you. He says, my eyes cannot behold iniquity. And whenever you mention sins, it grieves your heart of God. It makes him unhappy. You know what can annoy your wife? You keep doing it. That is who you are, a sinner. And that's who we are. And we claim to love him. We claim we're in a faithful relationship. We annoy him on a daily basis. He said, with sin, you cannot please the Lord.
Thank you, sir.
You think you love him, and you don't seek him, and you are not in search for him. You know how many times you pick phone, you say, honey, are you still at Liverpool station? Sweetie, are you still at Camberwell? Sweetie, baby, where are you? How many times have you seeked the Lord? How many times have you searched for him? You know how to Google where husband is, find my partner. Do you know how to look for where God is? So they that seek me. See, those that seek me, they find me. You are not seeking him. You are not a true love. Honestly, you are not. Answer that question. Do you really love him? Thank God. The response is going down because we don't love him. Really? You love him? And you don't stand for all that God stands for. Standing for all that God stands for. He stands for justice. He stands for holiness. He stands for spirituality. He stands for salvation. He stands for anything that brings life. Truth. Really? You love him? And you dishonor him. You dishonor him at every point in time. It's like husband and wife going out to KFC, and every time You just keep embarrassing yourself. Honey, eat properly. This is outside. Where's your manner? Come on, close your mind when you're talking to me, sweet. I say, you guys are loving, you know. Some of us, we love him, we claim we love him, and we dishonor him with our heart, our words. Oh Lord, I have been fasting for 42 days. You have not done it. But you said in your word, listen to you, God. Hey, God. Listen to you. You said you will give to us whatever we have. Is this your word? Maybe we need to write another Bible. Some of us, we are abusing with our words and action. We use him and we abuse him. You know how many times you come to his presence after he's done it and you just abandon him? That is how we abandon Christ. And he feels heartbroken. He wants to love you forever. He wants to stay with you. He has helped you. He's been there for you. When nobody was there, he was there. And now you find your happiness, you just abandon him. You break his heart. Do you really love him? Thank God, there's no response now. Note this. You don't love him until you put him before all your needs and before your life. Beloved, I don't want you to be a follower of Christ by mouth. This message is for you. And the Lord says, through the anointing today, I will anoint them. And my first love will come back. You know, when you first met Christ, you know, when you first received it, when you were so hot, when you could leave house without powder, when you could leave your house without shade, when you could just leave the room and say, I'm going to propagate the gospel of God. When you just leave him and you get on the bus, you can say, ladies and gentlemen on the bus, I stand for truth. When you first met him, when everybody at your workplace knew something went changed, are you still with that same love? The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 4. Let's go to verse 16. Those ones that are neither hot nor cold. Revelation 3:16. The Lord's anger is coming upon those who pretend to love God. Please stop the pretense. Stop pretending. I keep saying to my daughters, they always finish that sentence for me. I said, it's all right when people deceive you, but my worry is when you begin to deceive yourself, it's a big problem. You know your heart that you don't love him. Honestly, you have come because you want to receive from him. You have cheated on him many times. Revelation 3:16. If you are not hot, if you are not cold, pretender in love, what will I say? I will spit. Don't use that word spew. It is spit. I will vomit thee out of my mouth. Lord, I thank you. Let's rise up.